Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is the first week of spring here in Australia and I'm really excited because I can finally plan out all my seedlings that I've been growing for the last 4 to 6 weeks. There's so much happening in the garden that I want to show you everything that's going on. So let's go and take a look.
So these are the seeds I planted back at the beginning of August. The Sweet Millions tomatoes that you saw in the seedling video I did a few weeks ago has grown massively. It needs to go into the garden ASAP. I had to separate the eggplant into bigger pots as they were getting too big for the seedling tray, and the basil has sprouted really well. I got one of the mini Minnesota rock melons came up and 2 of the tiny tot watermelons. The cucumbers have done really well and are needing to go into the garden today. The Gorpin variety had a 3 out of 3 germination rate, which is awesome. The Craig did too, but 2 of them were really slow to germinate. These are the self-pollinating cucumbers that I showed you last time, so I'm excited to see how well they do. I planted some Rocket, which has come up nicely. This variety is called Apollo and is apparently non-bitter. Lindsay's chili seeds. These are chili seeds from Kevin's mum, who is Malaysian and loves extremely spicy food. So she has asked me to grow these for her. I don't really like chili, but these are just for her and they've sprouted really well. I had some Aster blue ice flower seeds from last year and decided to throw them in and see what happens. They germinated really quickly, so I'm excited to have some pretty flowers to put in the garden this year. My San Marzano seeds came in the mail, so I got them into seed trays straight away and they have popped up nicely. I'm also trying some classic Roma tomatoes this year and they germinated really well too. And I also got the Hal's Jumbo Rock Melon seeds, which I'm super excited for. I have no idea where to put these, but I'm sure I will find a spot somewhere. I also wanted lots of corn this season, but I've been struggling with the germination of the seeds big time this year. I planted out about 24 seeds and only 3 germinated. I did another round of about 20 and only 2 germinated. So I'm going to plant these in a pot, and I've bought a brand new packet of the same seeds so they don't cross-pollinate weirdly. And I'll try again. I may have buried them too deep, or the seeds may have been old as I bought them last year, so we'll see how we go with those. Also, the lemongrass will need to go into a pot today as it's getting pretty big. So that's where we're at for the seedlings. Let's go check out the garden. Over here in my potted section, I've got the tomatoes that I sprouted in July. 2 are the Moneymaker variety and 2 are the Costaluto variety. They are starting to look good as they weren't doing too well. I think I sprouted them too early and it wasn't warm enough for them, but the warmer days that we've had recently are certainly helping them look good. And this is one of the Craig cucumbers that I started back in July as well. It's starting to get bigger and you can see there are tiny baby cucumbers on them. I'm eagerly awaiting to see them grow bigger.
This is my lettuce and herb patch. So I've got some cos lettuce still growing on there, which is nice, just to come out and pick it when I need it. There's a bit of coriander that's going to seed. There's a few cos lettuce over there going to seed as well. I'm just going to let them go and they can drop their seeds, re-sprout when they want to. I basically just chuck seeds into this garden bed and see what happens. Kind of just a mishmash of everything, but it's a good spot to grow lettuce because it's nice and cool when it's hot. I planted this cherry fall tomato out the other day, put it in this hanging basket because apparently these like to just hang over and fall down. So I planted it quite low down the fence so that the possums can't get to them because they love tomatoes. So we'll see how that one does. I've got another one to put in today too, so we'll have 2 hanging off the wall there. They're just tiny little baby tomatoes, so I'm excited to try those. I had to net my peach tree because the possums kept eating all the leaves off it. But next to that, I've got a baby pawpaw tree in here. That's starting to come along nicely. And this guava, which one's this? Yellow cherry guava. Apparently it's a really awesome tasting guava. It's only been in for a few months and it's already got some fruit on there, which is pretty cool. I can get in close here so you can see the fruit. How amazing is that? For this section is where I just keep all the pots and stuff, and I fenced it off so that Zuri can't get in there because she used to run in and jump on top of them chasing the possums. So I've got some potatoes, more potatoes growing there. That little plant over there is a sunset dwarf peach, and apparently it stays that size, it stays in a pot. And it's very prolific, so I'm keen to try that this summer. 2 big grow bags full of potatoes there, which I'm excited about. You know how much I love my potatoes. Got carrots in this grow bag. They're taking ages to grow. Hopefully I'll get some soon. This container here's got some garlic in it, which the bottom leaves are starting to go brown. So I'm hoping that means it's time to harvest those soon, because I'm keen to get some garlic. Last year I didn't do too well with garlic, so I'm hoping for good ones this year. I've got onions in this tub here. So they've got a few, probably another 1 or 2 months, I think, for the onions. But you can see down there the bulbs are starting to form and they're looking quite big, which is exciting. Another cucumber plant here. So this one's the Gorpin, another self-pollinating cucumber. And that one's getting quite big. It's got some little babies on it too. I'm really keen to try these cucumbers once they get to full size. More onions in here. I think I have about 56 onions growing in total. You can see the bulbs there. They're getting quite big. I've got a mix of red and brown onions in this time, and I grew them from seed this year instead of seedlings. Some more onions there. Just add to the total. And this is Blueberry Alley. So I've got 7 pots of blueberries here. They have just flowered and they're starting to turn to berries. So I am super keen to get some blueberries off these this year, because these were tiny and they were over in the side garden bed where they didn't get much sun. So I moved them into pots and they are flourishing now. The dragon fruit is starting to grow. I planted this probably 2 months ago, and I'm going to make a video about this dragon fruit trellis you can see here, of how to actually make one. They are so easy. I did it myself. So girls, you don't need a husband to make this contraption. It's really easy. So I am keen to get dragon fruit, because where I got this cutting from was absolutely amazing. Kevin's aunt gave us these cuttings, so I am keen to get dragon fruit. Probably might take a year or 2, but I can wait. Last week I took some cuttings off my fig tree out the front. It's not in a very good position out there. It doesn't get enough sun, so it hasn't really done much. So I figured I'd take some cuttings, replant them in a better spot, and they are already shooting, which is exciting. So hopefully these will grow really fast, because I love figs. They are one of my favorite fruits, and just fresh off the tree is just amazing. The taste is incredible. Put some more garlic in this grow bag here with some pretty snapdragons. More onions along here. These ones were planted a bit later, so they're not quite as big yet. Another grow bag with garlic and snapdragons. Another grow bag of potatoes. These will be ready in another 6 weeks, I think. Okay, my peach tree is loaded with leaves. It was loaded with flowers about 2 weeks ago, and we are just starting to see the first buds appear of fruit. Try and find one over here. There's one. I'm gonna have to net this tree soon to try and protect these peaches from fruit fly. There's another one in there. So it's got a couple little, it's got quite a few, I think. They're all just very tiny except for those 2. I am super keen for peaches this year. I only got one off this last year. This is its 2nd year of growth and it's pretty big. So I love peaches. I can't wait to harvest them. The banana tree back there is getting quite big. I haven't had any bananas yet, but it's only a 1.5 years old, and there's 3 now. It's thrown off some pops. I bought an apple tree recently, which is a self-pollinating variety that suits subtropical climates, so that'll be cool in winter. I bought a finger lime tree, which is covered in flowers. Kevin wanted this. I'm not a huge fan of finger lime. They're a bit sour, but they're nice in like gin and tonics and things like that. And we got this Tangelo tree, which has loads of flowers on it. I got all these trees from just the Seedlings in Anala. He has the most amazing stock there, so if you're in the area, definitely buy off him. He's amazing. He has so much knowledge too. My mulberry tree is absolutely loaded with mulberries. I love mulberries. They are the best tasting berries, so I'm so stoked about this. And they're starting to turn red. I cannot wait to harvest these. Mulberry trees are so easy to grow too, and they're so fast growing. This is a dwarf variety, but it'll still get quite big. I've trimmed this down twice already in a year, and the cuttings I have just replanted in the ground. They literally, you just put them in a pot and they just grow. They're so easy to grow and they taste amazing. I put this strawberry pot right out in the middle of the garden as a test to see if the possums would come out here and eat the strawberries, which they haven't, and they love strawberries. So that test worked because I have 3 beautiful strawberries sitting there turning red. I'm going to pick them in the morning because I watered this morning, so apparently it's better to pick them on a day that you haven't watered them because they're a lot sweeter. Once you water them, sugar dilutes a bit, so keen for that in the morning. These cauliflower were planted back in the middle of July, I think, and there's about 12 in here. They are massive, but I'm still waiting for heads to come up. I need them to hurry up because I want to plant my corn in here, but I don't want to rip these out until I can see a tiny little head in there. Hopefully it doesn't get too hot because we got a massive heat wave the last day of winter on the weekend. And I'm surprised these didn't bolt with that heat, but they're staying pretty good so far. So I think it's time for the snow peas to come out. They're looking pretty dead now. Still a couple on there that I could harvest, so I might harvest those today and then rip them out, because this bed here, I'm gonna plant all my tomatoes. I'm gonna use string on the back fence for the tomatoes to climb up, and I'll do some more strings on that beam up there so that they can climb up the strings. I'm planting determinants, I think, this year, indeterminates this year. This is full of celery. It's looking a bit funky. I struggle to grow celery so bad. It does my head in. If anyone's got any tips on how to grow celery, that'd be great. Over in this L-shaped bed is where I'm gonna grow my mini rock melon and tiny tot watermelon. So I bought some arches that I need to put together and stick them in this bed so that they can grow upwards. So I'm gonna do that today as well. This is the other side of the cauliflower bed. And I've got some broccoli growing in here. That one looks like it's about to go to seeds. I'm gonna pick all these because it's way too hot now and they're just starting to bolt. So I'm gonna get all these out of here today. The dill is starting to go to seed as well. I'm gonna take that out because I've got plenty of dill seeds. All this dill needs to go. I should have harvested it weeks ago and frozen it, preserved it, because it's looking pretty terrible now. So I'm gonna clear this bed out today. I need to plant the cucumber, and this is where I'm gonna put it so that I can string it to the beam up there. Really wished I'd harvested this dill sooner because it was massive. I feel like it's such a waste throwing it out, but it's got powdery mildew on it. That one hasn't sprouted yet, so I'll leave it. Oh my god, this is massive. Crap. This is a monster. Look how big this is. And it didn't even produce that big of a head. Time for these babies to go in the ground. Let's get these cucumbers in. other two there, but I'm gonna wait till they're a bit bigger and then hopefully these will grow on a bit and I can plant them there. Done. Last of the broccoli, last of the sugar snap peas, and a celery harvested today.
Good morning, guys. I just came out this morning and found this. Looks like the possums did get to the strawberries last night. They didn't get to this one though, and I just ate it and it was absolutely amazing. So much better tasting than the watery store-bought strawberries.
Alright, so it's time to resow the corn seeds. So this is the fresh packet of corn I was talking about, and I've been soaking them for about 2 days in water because I heard from Sydney's Backyard Veggies that that's what he does. I also watched his video and he just places them basically on top of the soil and then covers them with vermiculite. I don't have any vermiculite, so I'm just going to lightly cover them with seed starting mix, and we'll see if we get a better germination rate from that. So I'm literally just going to pop one in each because I'm sick of wasting corn seeds, and I'm just going to pop it flat on top and then just lightly cover. And if this doesn't work, then I'm just going to go and buy seedlings from the nursery. I also had some new seeds come in the mail this week from Active Vista. So I got a spring summer cos lettuce seed. So this is a cos lettuce that apparently you can grow in warmer climates. So during spring and summer I should be able to grow some lettuce, which is cool. And I got a summer crisp lettuce salad and a slow bolt celery Sierra. So I'm going to try a new variety of celery because, as you know, I'm pretty crap at growing celery and I need to get better at it, so I'm going to try a different brand this time. So I'm excited to get those started, so I'll do that today as well.
The arches fit pretty well in the L-shaped bed. They were very tall, but I can always shorten them if I need to. Then I amended the bed with 2 bags of mushroom compost, as I had run out of my own, some worm castings, blood and bone, and chicken manure. And I dumped in some old soil from the potato pots that I didn't need anymore, just to top it up. And then I had a little helper, Levi, who we were babysitting for friends. He helped me plant out the rock melon and watermelon. I think they will do really well in this bed. Then we picked some carrots and some other goodies from the garden to make shepherd's pie for dinner.
Oh, you got. Oh, you got.
I pushed one down and then it all came out.
Nice, they look good.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tour around my garden for September. If you want to see the journey of my garden from empty backyard to thriving food forest, then watch this video next.